Am I doing it right? Hey guys, it is 6 a.m. on Friday, September 11th. Oh, September 11th. You know, this is a good day to be doing this experiment because I feel like it is patriotic as all heck. But here's the thing. I'm just here having my pre-workout. I'm going to do, what is today? I'm going to do glutes and hamstrings today here in my home gym, and then I'm going to go to this gravel hill that we have right around the corner, and I'm going to do hill sprints. And I'm taking you guys with me for as much of it as possible because I have decided that I'm going to wear a mask for my entire workout. And the reason I'm doing this is because I have found myself ugly judging people hardcore in my workout groups. I'm a member of like the Women Who Lift group and women's running groups and stuff like that. And I see these people. I'm very pro-mask, okay, by the way, pro-mask, pro-science. And I see people just casting so much shade about masks, and I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. Just wear the freaking mask. It's not a big deal. But particularly in like the women's lifting groups, I am so disappointed in the attitude of like, I'm not wearing a mask, I need to be able to breathe, blah, blah, blah. I just feel like it makes people sound so weak. And in a group where women like to boast about how heavy they're lifting and gains and this and that, they can't manage to do that with a mask on. However, now let me just say, I've never worn a mask in public ever. The country I live in does not have a mask mandate. The country I live in does have Jantelagen, which, just to sum it all up, makes it just very extremely culturally faux pas-y to go against the grain and stand out at all. I know it sounds like a massive excuse, but honestly, we live rurally and we never go anywhere or do anything anyway. We abide by, the rules and everything here, and then we go the extra step of like, we just don't do anything. We don't go anywhere. I don't go to the gym. We haven't been to the swim hall all year. We don't go anywhere. We stay home. We've got tons of land and everything to do here, so it's been easy to do. But I have decided that it is time for me to put my money where my mouth is, literally, and try working out with a mask and just get that experience and see what it's like. So I'm going to do my whole glutes and hams day here with this, and then I'm going to actually go and do sprints. And I'm concerned about that with this because sprints, I'm just starting to get back into them after having a 7-month break. So it's been a while since I've cardiovascularly pushed myself to that point. But we're just going to do it. I'm just going to try it. And I'm going to film as much of it as I can. I have no idea where my tripod is, so it's going to be sketchy. And also, it is really dark out still, so hopefully there will be some kind of lighting when I'm outside. But I have these masks. I think I might try a couple, or maybe not. This one is from ASOS. Listen, there's nothing fancy about this. It's not like a multi-layer, mask and stuff like that. It is just a nice cotton mask. So this one is probably going to be more breathable than the multi-layer masks. But this is I just happened to order some that I thought were cute, and I didn't realize how thin this was. But I do have these. I also have, let's see, I got these from Spreadshirt. What did I get here? I got like a peach skin toned one, and I got this cute like Hawaiian-y printed one. These ones are thicker, they're multi-layer, and ooh, this one's soft. This one's soft too. So we will, maybe I just do it with this one. I've never actually tried these on before. That's kind of uncomfortable on my ears. Anyway, I'm gonna pick out one or two of these. Oh my God, I'm a hot mess. And I'm gonna do my whole workout in it, and I'm gonna see how much the oxygen disruption actually affects me. So here we go. Can't drink coffee with a mask on. That's problem number one. So far, so good. I mean, I do notice that when I'm breathing more heavily, it's a little annoying when I'm taking in deep breaths and the fabric comes and kind of like touches my whole face, but I'm still able to get plenty of cool, fresh air, and it hasn't bothered me so far. Whatever minor inconvenience the warm air around my face causes, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. I can still take a deep breath and get plenty of cool, fresh air. So far, so good. So, I am halfway through my weights. Still not struggling at all with a mask. Still feel that I'm getting sufficient oxygen and I'm totally fine. It slows down my breathing a little bit. And also, like I said, like right now when I'm considerably out of breath and I'm trying to take deep breaths, the suction brings my mask into my face. And I know everyone who's been wearing masks up until now knows that. I can see it on like news reports and stuff, so you all know what I'm talking about. It's a minor inconvenience because when the mask is up against my face, that's when I actually get the cold air, you know? Once I've sucked out or sucked in all the warm air that I've already exhaled, I get plenty of fresh air. It's totally fine. And you guys can notice I may not be lifting super heavy, but I'm doing circuits. I do not take any rests between each of my exercises, and once I finish a circuit, I go straight into either doing a whole nother set or I just go into the next circuit. So for all intents and purposes, I am breathing heavily. So like even right now after having this conversation with you guys, my heart rate is at 102. So let's do this. problem. My heart rate is at 107 according to my Garmin. Not a problem right now. So this is my fourth set, my fourth circuit. I call it the finisher, and basically I just do a couple specific exercises to failure, and I do 2 sets of them. And the exercises I'm doing in my finisher today are monster walks, and then oblique extensions with my weighted backpack. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes with a mask on, doing something to failure, but we'll see. Here we go. I'm not gonna lie, this has me getting a little taste of what those sprints are gonna be like. But I'm excited for the challenge. Whew, let's do one more circuit, or one more set of this circuit, and then we're gonna hit the hill. It's been a long time since I felt so badass, to be honest, because I realize I'm a fuck ton stronger than this mask, y'all. This is not a problem. What the problem is if you're not cardiovascularly in shape, and then I bet you might run into some issues, but that's all the more reason to get your butt in the gym, mask or not, and train, because this whole situation here creates perhaps a reduced oxygen environment, which causes your cardiovascular system to work a little harder and become that much more effective. You know, people who train for races and stuff, they go to the mountains for a reason. They specifically train in low oxygen environments specifically to make their cardiovascular systems more efficient. And that's what you do when you do cardio. Your body develops more capillaries and, you know, blood vessels and everything to get to your muscles so that you can oxygenate better, and that's how you adapt and get stronger as an athlete. You know, your body becomes more efficient in its distribution and use of oxygen. So this right here is a gift. If you're working out, if you have goals, if you want to make gains, if you want to become a better athlete, a more efficient athlete, treat this as a blessing in disguise. You know, make lemonade out of lemons, because this is a great way to just put a little bit more oomph into your workout, get your cardiovascular system working a little bit better. But even still, I've just done 4 whole sets of legs day. My heart rate is 104 according to my Garmin, and I'm still able to talk and catch my breath from my workouts with this mask on without any issue at all. So I don't see how this is an issue unless you're like extremely, you know, living an extreme sedentary life and your cardiovascular system is like super struggling. And in which case, just going for a walk outside without a mask is going to do you a world of good to begin with before you start any kind of program indoors. Anyway, let's go to the hill and do some sprints, yeah? Let's do it. All right, so we're on our way to the hill. We're almost there. I have a slight advantage. Normally, if I were at the gym, I would be doing sprints, high intensity interval training on the treadmill. It's an air-conditioned facility, but still, you know, it's indoors. And right now, I'm gonna be doing it outside. And it's 7 o'clock in the morning, it's 8 degrees Celsius. We have a little bit of weather right now. It's lightly raining, and it's got a little bit of a breeze. So that might make it actually a little more comfortable to be doing this with a mask on, because the air is colder and crisper, and, you know, but whatever, you know, good enough. You guys, this is my parking spot. Just staring into the abyss. That's pretty sketch, huh? But actually, that's just the neighbor's compost pile there. They drive their ATV through. It's like a loop. That's the hill, or at least the start of it. I gotta find a way to set up my camera now. Okay, so here's the gig. Oh, I gotta fix my hair now. I'm gonna run 10 hill repeats. Each way, one way up is 0.105 kilometers. So pretty much a round trip is approximately a fifth of a kilometer. I just did these sprints yesterday. I'm a little fried, especially now after doing legs day. So don't expect any kind of stellar performance. It's a 3-meter elevation gain on this hill. It's gravel and it's wet, so it can be slippery. But that's the name of the game right now. So we're gonna do 10 hill repeats. Hopefully you can see me. I go down there and then it goes around the corner a little bit. So whatever, I'm sure you guys will be able to see me good enough. So high intensity interval training, hill repeats with a mask on. Let's see if we can do this. This is the worst it's gonna get. And then I just calm down. I focus on breathing slow and deep. I focus on getting my heart rate down. I don't think about the mask. I don't think about the warmth in my face. All I do is think and listen to my slowing heart rate and consciously bring my breath down. And that really combats the feelings of not panic, but you know, that natural urgency to get oxygen. I just realized I'm looking at the wrong. I need to be looking there, not there. And now I'm fine. 17 minutes, exactly 2 kilometers. I learned a lot about using a mask while doing intensive cardio. Sorry, I'm looking in the wrong place again. One thing I found that's useful is, now that I'm done, I'm gonna take this off. First time I've taken this off. Whew. One of the things that I found useful was when I was in my deepest need of oxygen. This is gonna look really funny. My mouth was in this position. Because I found though that opening my mouth all the way and smiling at the same time, it stretched open the fabric. So I have one of these scrunchy type masks. Maybe they're all scrunchy. I've seen some that seem a little more form-fitted, but this one, like, it bunches so it can spread over the face. So opening my mouth, it sort of opened up the flaps of the mask a little bit, so there wasn't so much that could be sucked into my nose and mouth when I was breathing heavily. And then smiling, look at my cheeks. When I smile, my cheeks get really fat. And so what that did was, when I breathed in a lot and my mask wanted to cave in, it was stopped a little bit by my cheekbones, by this fatty, when I smile, like this. It would hit that first, and what that would do is it would create a little air pocket around my nostrils, so that even though the mask was getting sucked into my mouth, watch, I'm doing the smiling, wide mouth, deep breath. It would get sucked into my mouth, but look at my nose. Okay, there's a whole air pocket there. So I was still able to get plenty of oxygen through my nose. Now, when you're doing intervals, you're maxing out your heart rate. So even if I didn't have a mask, I'd still be gasping for air and it wouldn't be enough. So let's be real on that. But also, this is not endurance cardio where I'm like, you know, running a 10K. I don't know if I could run for an hour with my mouth like this. And in my normal runs, 5Ks, 8Ks, whatever, you know, I get my heart rate pretty up there depending on if there's hills, you know. Yesterday, my max heart rate doing these sprints was only 180. And when I say only, I mean I was maxing out, you know. And I've reached up to 178 in my normal runs when there's like hills and stuff and I'm pacing my breathing. So I don't know what it would be like doing a steady state cardio over long periods of time, but I can definitely tell you guys, you can absolutely do weights, even if you're doing circuit training with no breaks, so like your heart rate is constantly going. Absolutely can do it with a mask on, and you can do interval training. What I did find though is yesterday, between my intervals, so I would run as fast as I could uphill, and then I would just take my time going down. But yesterday I was able to jog, just gently jog downhill most of the time. I think when I got to like my 7th or 8th repetition, I began to just walk because by then my heart was like really maxed. This time I just full on decided after the first few sprints that I was going to exclusively walk downhill because I did need to focus on getting my heart rate down, getting my breathing under control. If I really wanted to maximize the interval. And that's the whole point of doing interval training. It has nothing to do with what you do on your off time during the interval. It's everything to do about maxing out the actual interval. So it took me a little bit longer. I think yesterday I completed this in 13 minutes and 58 seconds, and today it took me 17 minutes and 1 second. So it took me 4 extra minutes. I also did one more lap, so whatever. It took me a couple extra minutes because I walked downhill, but because I did that, I fully recovered and I was able to give it everything I had going uphill. So that's the experiment. I actually am really glad I did this because now I feel like if things continue to improve over this upcoming cold and flu season here in Sweden, I might actually be able to go back to the gym comfortably sooner than next summer as long as I wear a mask. I feel legit badass because all I've seen for months and months and months is people complaining, saying they can't do it, they're not going to do it, they refuse to do it, they need oxygen. I don't know about you guys, but I'm strong enough to do it, so I'm damn proud of that, and I think you guys can do it too. So that's it for now.